In Galatians chapter 6, verse 16, we read these words, "And as many as shall walk by this rule, peace be upon them, and mercy, and upon the Israel of God." In 1983, I was sitting in a Minneapolis hotel room reading a Gideon Place Bible. I was really trying to sort out life. My wife had previously decided to get active in a little startup church in our neighborhood, and then one day she came home from church and told me she was going to be baptized in the church. Honestly, this bothered me a lot. I thought for certain that this would create problems for our marriage and our family. That night, I did not go to bed with my wife immediately, but I sat downstairs looking through her tract on baptism and her Bible, just trying to sort things out, but nothing made any sense. So before going to bed, I decided to investigate this further. I actually believed the Bible to be true, but just as another historical book. I knew it had something to do with the church, and I also believed that God did exist. But that was about it. Thus, I made a commitment to read the Bible through from cover to cover and do whatever it said. I was traveling to Minneapolis, Minnesota on business, leaving either on Sunday evening or Monday morning, and return on Friday evening. This routine was going on for months, and every day I was gone up in there, I read the Bible in that hotel room, beginning in Genesis. This story is much longer than I can put into this short devotion, but here's what happened. 3 weeks later, my wife was baptized on a Sunday evening. And that following Wednesday, while reading the Bible in the hotel room, God touched my heart with the message of His amazing grace, the gospel. It was like a light was suddenly switched on. That evening, I experienced His saving grace, and everything changed. I experienced and understood His mercy that was extended to me. Yet along with this came an experience of peace, a state of tranquility like I'd never experienced before. The Enhanced Strong's lexicon describes this peace as a state of national tranquility, the exemption from the rage and havoc of war. All I can say is that when I experienced the grace of God, I experienced rest like I had never known before. It was like the whole weight of the world was lifted from my shoulders. I was at real peace, and that night I slept like a baby. This is Paul's great conclusion given to the Galatians, where he wrote, "As many as shall walk by this rule, peace be upon them and mercy." The verb translated as walk here is interesting as it refers to marching in rank, keeping in step as if marching like a soldier in line. It's keeping this rule and staying on that rule in line, walking that way. The way of mercy and true peace is only possible by trusting in Jesus Christ alone for one's salvation. In doing so, one surrenders any ability to save themselves and perfect themselves through human effort, that is, good works. They instead will march through life by the grace of God and thus experience the true peace that comes by faith. This peace of God is available to all who will walk by this rule of grace. And Jesus died on the cross to pay the complete penalty of sin and offer a place in heaven to all those who would trust in Him for eternal life. My hope is that you are experiencing this peace of God that comes by faith. But if not, you must know this, that Jesus has made it available to you, as He died on the cross to pay the penalty of your sin. And I hope you would trust in Him today.